5 broken bones in one foreleg, 10 starts, 10 wins. Those two facts belong to the same filly. Her name was Ruffian. By the summer of 1975, she had not lost a race. At the half-mile pole at Belmont Park on July 6, 1975, the top filly in American racing faced the Kentucky Derby winner. This showdown drew 50,000 fans to the track and 18 million viewers on CBS. She is ahead in front when the right foreleg gives way. Above the infield, the flagpole holds steady in the still summer air. The jockey tries to pull her up. She keeps running on a leg that no longer exists. She was foaled on April 17, 1972 at Claiborne Farm, Paris, Kentucky. Her owners were Stuart S. Janney Jr. and Barbara Phipps Janney. They lived at Locust Hill Farm in Glendon, Maryland. Their silks were cherry red and blue, representing a traditional Maryland racing family. Her sire was Reviewer by Bold Ruler. Her dam was Shenanigans by Native Dancer. She was a dark bay with almost no white markings. This made her stand out among the chestnuts and bays of her time. At maturity, she grew to 16 hands and 2 inches tall and weighed around 1,125 pounds. This size is quite large for a filly. Her trainer was Frank Y. Whiteley Jr. He was 60 years old in 1975. Based in Maryland, he was dedicated to the filly. Her jockey was Jacinto Vasquez, age 31, Panamanian-born, a Kentucky Derby winner in his own right. As a 2-year-old in 1974, she started 5 times and won 5 times. She set or equaled 3 track records. The Daily Racing Form named her the champion 2-year-old filly. The Eclipse Award followed. The Starter's Gun. The spring of 1975 opened the Filly Triple Tiara campaign. April 14th at Aqueduct, she returned from a winter layoff and won her prep by daylight. On May 10th, 1975, in the Acorn Stakes at Belmont Park, she drew off through the lane and crossed the wire 8 1/4 lengths in front, the first leg of the Tiara. On June 21st, 1975, in the Mother Goose Stakes at Belmont Park, the margin lengthened to 13 1/2 lengths, the second leg. On June 28, 1975, in the Coaching Club American Oaks at Belmont Park at 1.5 miles, she crossed the wire 2 3/4 lengths in front in 2 minutes 27 4/5 seconds, a stakes record, and completed the Filly Triple Tiara. 10 starts, 10 wins, 3 set records. Margins were measured in lengths, times were measured to the 1/5 of a second, and every race was anchored to a date in the Daily Racing Form. By the time she crossed the Oaks wire, the next race was already on the schedule. The match race was set for July 6th at Belmont Park, Foolish Pleasure, winner of the 1975 Kentucky Derby by 1 3/4 lengths over Avatar. Filly against Colt. Winner take all, $350,000. CBS had bought the broadcast. The country was watching. July 6, 1975, Belmont Park, Elmont, New York. 1.25 miles, 50,277 in attendance, approximately 18 million on CBS. The race was called by Dave Johnson. Foolish Pleasure, the Kentucky Derby winner, was ridden by Braulio Baeza. The starting gate opened cleanly. Both horses broke level. By the quarter-mile pole, Ruffian was ahead in front. She had always been a front-runner. Jane Schwartz, who later wrote the Key biography, noted that the fractions were accurate, 1/4 in 22 1/5, with the half coming close. About 3/8 of a mile into the race, at the half-mile pole, the right foreleg broke down badly. 2 sesamoid bones shattered. Multiple bones in the ankle were broken. 5 bones in the right foreleg were broken in a single stride. The CBS broadcast captured the moment. Dave Johnson's voice steadied as the leader fell back. Jacinto Vasquez stood in the irons and tried to pull her up. The filly kept running. The instinct of a racehorse to finish the race did not stop for a broken bone. She ran on the shattered leg for several strides before he could bring her to a halt, driving fragments deeper into the joint. Braulio Baeza eased Foolish Pleasure across the wire alone. The grandstand went quiet, 50,000 at Belmont, 18 million at home, held still. Haywood Hale Brown on CBS found no words for some time. William Knack, who had filed copy on the filly all season for Sports Illustrated, was on the apron. The ambulance came onto the track. Ruffian was vanned from the track to a temporary surgical facility at Belmont Park. The lead surgeon was Dr. William O. Reed, chief equine veterinarian at Belmont. The team included Dr. Edward Kiefer, an orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Manuel Gilman, the New York Racing Association veterinarian, and Dr. Frank Stinchfield. 3 hours of surgery followed. The shattered sesamoids were stabilized. A cast was applied to the right foreleg from the hoof to above the knee. The procedure was textbook for the era and was the only procedure available. Ruffian came out of anesthesia in the recovery stall sometime after midnight. She thrashed. The instinct of a racehorse coming out of darkness was to run. In the thrashing, she broke the cast. She broke the leg again. She damaged the left foreleg as well. The connection, Stuart and Barbara Janney and Frank Whiteley, with veterinary counsel from Dr. Reed and the team, made the decision. The second break had closed the surgical option. She was euthanized at approximately 2:20 in the morning, July 7, 1975. They had done right by her in the moment with the information they had. She was buried in the Belmont Park infield near the flagpole facing the finish line, one of the very few thoroughbreds buried at a racetrack rather than at a farm. The grave marker was installed within the week and remains there as of 2026. In 1976, the Eclipse Award confirmed her posthumously as champion 3-year-old filly of 1975. That same year, she was inducted into the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame at Saratoga Springs, among the youngest in its history. The match race era at the top tier of American racing effectively ended with her. No filly versus colt match race of comparable profile has been staged since. William Knack wrote the obituary the morning after for Sports Illustrated. Jane Schwartz published Ruffian, Burning from the Start in 1991, the definitive biography. Frank Whiteley spoke of her rarely in the years that followed, and those who knew him said he was devastated. Jacinto Vasquez rode for 3 more decades. He has said he did everything he could. The dramatic question whether the match race should have been run remained then and remains now. Back to Belmont, the Belmont Park infield, the flagpole, the grave facing the finish line. The infield is quiet most mornings. The flag still rises at dawn. The thoroughbreds still parade past on race days. The bandage on the right foreleg, the X-ray of the shattered sesamoids, those belong now to the archives and to the biography. The record stays where it was left. She started 10 times. She won 10 times. She crossed her final wire.